Welcome to Cole's World of Mathematics, where math is made simple and clear.
In this video, we're going to be taking a look at two parallel lines that are cut by a transversal. We're going to do two examples that focus on the angle relationships on the interior. So clearly, here's your two parallel lines cut by the transversal that's labeled here. The interior is right here. Same thing over here, we've got the two parallel lines cut by the transversal, and the interior is here. So we're just focusing on those interior angles and the relationship between those angles. All right, so on this one, we're given a 5x minus 30 in this angle and a 4x plus 2 in this angle. All right, I've color-coded those. These are called alternate interior angles because they are on opposite sides of the transversal and on the interior of this drawing. Okay, so something that you need to know about alternate interior angles is that they are congruent. So this angle and this angle is congruent. Why I marked it yellow. This angle and this angle is also congruent, marked orange there. So if I wanted to find x, find what the value of x is, all I would need to do is set these two expressions equal to each other and then solve for x. So we'd have a 4x plus 2 is equal to that 5x minus 30. And then that's just solving an equation. Let's go ahead and subtract 4x from both sides of the equation. The 4x's will fall apart on that side, and then I can go ahead and add 30 to both sides of the equation so that the minus 30 plus 30 goes away there, and then I'm going to have a 32 is equal to x. So my value for x is 32. Now we can go one step farther. Yes, they can ask you just to find what the variable x is, but then they can also ask you to find out what the angles are. Now in this case, the two angles are equal to each other or congruent, so really I only need to take that x equals 32 and plug it into either one of those two expressions. All right, and then I would get the same number. So I'm just going to take that bottom one there, say 4x plus 2, we'll plug in 32, so 4 times 32 plus 2, 4 times 32 plus another 2 is going to be 130 degrees. So these two angles are 130 degrees. So a pretty straightforward type of application there for your alternate interior angles. Sometimes they're just going to ask you to solve for x. Other times they'll ask you to actually find what those angles are. All right, now in the second example here, we've got consecutive interior angles. So consecutive, meaning next to each other, and again on the interior. So I've marked these two as yellow, being the consecutive interior angles. And then also another pair of consecutive interior angles would be those over there. Now, there's a different relationship between these. Consecutive interior angles are supplementary. So something that you just have to remember there. Consecutive interior angles are supplementary, which means I can add these two up and set them equal to 180. So the equation I'm going to use to solve for x is going to look different than this one over here. All right, because they are supplementary, I'm going to take the 3x plus the 4, add that to the 2x minus 9, and since they are supplementary, I'm going to set that equal to 180. All right, so again, just a pretty straightforward equation. We're going to solve for x. So adding like terms, we'll have a 5x. That 4 minus 9 there will be a minus 5. Set equal to 180. If I add 5 to both sides of the equation, 5x is equal to 185. And then dividing 185 divided by 5, that's going to give me x equal 37. All right, now in this one, I'm not really going to be able to just plug that into one of them because they're not equal, they are supplementary. So I'm going to take that 37 and plug it in to the 2x minus 9 for that angle. And then to find this other angle, you would have a couple of choices. You could take that 37 and plug it in there. Okay, or once you find one of them, since you know they're supplementary, you could subtract from 180. So either way that you would want to do that. So 2 times the 37 and then minus 9 for the one angle. And so then 2 times 37 is going to be 74, and then 74 minus 9 is going to be 65. Okay, so this angle right here is 65 degrees. All right, now, like I said, you can either plug in the 37 into the other one, or you could subtract from 180. I'm going to go ahead and choose to plug it in. So we'll have 3 plug in 37, and then plus 4. 37 times 3 is going to be 111, plus 4 more is going to be 115. So then that means this angle up here is 115. Now we can double check just to make sure that this is going to be supplementary angles. We can check by doing 115 plus 65, 10 carry the 1, 6, 7, 8, 180 degrees. So yes, it checks, they are supplementary. So really just two straightforward examples here dealing with those interior angles only on the parallel lines cut by a transversal. Not only do you have those interior angles, all right, but you also have the exterior part and some exterior angles, and then there's also corresponding angles, and we'll cover those in a different video. In this one, just wanted to focus on those alternate interior angles and the consecutive interior angles to make sure that we had everything on the inside taken care of. Definitely thanks for watching. If the videos are helping, please be sure and share with your friends so they can benefit too, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks.